This story about Gautam Buddha is really special for anyone who wants to live a peaceful and happy life. Sometimes, though, there are people who might see your calmness as something they can use for their own good. To really get what this story can teach us, make sure you watch it all the way to the end. In a peaceful place surrounded by nature, Gautam Buddha was sharing his wisdom with a group of close disciples. One sunny day, a king named Devonand came to visit. He looked very worried and sad. He sat down near Buddha and shared his troubles. "Dear Buddha," King Devonand started, "I have a big problem. Ever since I started following your teachings, I've tried to be more calm and kind. I used to be very strict and people were scared of me. But now, I don't want to hurt anyone. I feel peace in my heart, and I look at people with love. But some people are not being nice. They see my kindness and think they can do whatever they want. This is causing trouble for me and making it hard to look after my kingdom. What should I do?" Buddha listened carefully to the king's words. He understood the king's problem and decided to tell him a story that might help. "Let me tell you a story, King Devonand," Buddha said. "Long ago, in a place full of green grass near a small village, stood a very big tree. This tree was not just any tree. It was special because it gave nice shade and looked beautiful. But under this tree lived a snake that could make you very sick if it bit you. People in the village were scared to go near the tree because of the snake. One day a Buddhist monk was passing through the village and saw this beautiful tree. He decided to meditate under its shade before he moved on. Some villagers who were going back home saw the monk and warned him about the snake. They told him that this snake is so dangerous that whosoever goes near him, he bites him. The monk smiled and continued to walk towards the tree. The villagers left from there. As the monk sat down to meditate, the snake came out of his hole with his angry hiss and ready to bite. The monk chanted a mantra, looking straight into the snake's eyes. And miraculously, the snake started a conversation with him. The snake said to that monk, "That oh man, don't you fear me? Don't you know that this is my area and no one dares to come here?" The monk said with a compassion, "My dear friend, what is there to fear in this? I am not afraid of anything. I do not fear death, nor do I desire to live. Why should I fear you? In fact, you are afraid that no one should kill you. That's why you bite others." The snake was astonished to hear this from the monk. Till now, he had met only such people who tried to kill him or ran away in fear of him. But he had never met a person who would not fear him. Hearing this, the snake wraps itself at the feuds of the monk and said, "O Lord, you are right. Whatever I have done till today, I have done to save my life. If I don't do this, people would kill me." The monk said, "You are right. But my dear friend, remember one thing, that life will end one day. Therefore, it is not appropriate to kill others to save it. Give up this attachment of your life and be filled with love for others." After saying this, the monk left from there. Snake was influenced by the words of the monk, and he decided that from today onwards, he will not bite anyone. He gives up his angry nature and stops biting others. But the result of it turns out to be the opposite. When people saw that the snake has stopped biting others, now they started taking undue advantage of this. Those who used to fear him and run away from him now started catching him. Now people would tease him, scratch him, and hurt him. Now Snake was always wounded and hurt. He was very sad. He was having the hardest time of his life. One day, that monk once again came to that village and sat under the same tree. Just then he saw that snake. He was very surprised to see him in such a pathetic state. He asked him, "Oh, my friend, how did you get in such a pathetic condition? Who has injured you?" The snake replied, "Oh, blessed one, you told me to give up my angry nature and not to bite others. Ever since I left my violent nature and adopted peace, since then people have started misbehaving with me. Now no one is afraid of me. People come hurt me and leaves me in a miserable condition. Life has become very difficult for me." The monk realized the snake had misunderstood his advice. "My dear friend," the monk said, "I told you not to hurt others, but I didn't say you shouldn't protect yourself. You can hiss and show that you're strong without biting. It's important to stand up for yourself in a peaceful way." After finishing the story, Buddha looked at King Devonand. Do you see King Devonand? It's like the snake in the story. Being kind and peaceful is good, but you also need to show you're strong when needed. You can be firm and tough to make sure people follow the rules without being mean. It's about finding the right balance. When we look around us, we often see that kind people sometimes have a hard time. Some folks might try to use their kindness for their own benefit. This means that those who are kind and good might face more problems in their life. People who are kind and honest should remember what we learned from Gautam Buddha's story. It's important to realize that not everyone will treat your kindness the way it should be treated. Some might see it as a chance to take advantage of you. To stop this from happening, you need to act wisely depending on what's happening around you. Sometimes, you might need to show you're upset to keep everything right and fair, but you can do this without losing your calm inside. Think about an actor in a play who pretends to be angry. Inside, the actor isn't really angry at all. They know it's just for the show. In the same way, in life, we sometimes need to act in a way that keeps everything running smoothly, without letting it upset our inner peace. This way of living smartly, knowing when to show strength and when to be gentle, without losing your inner calm, is a special skill. If you can learn this skill, then there's nothing that can stop you from having a life that's both successful and filled with peace. Remember, being kind doesn't mean letting others walk over you. It's about knowing how to protect your peace while dealing with the world smartly. This is the true art of living a good life. If you get the hang of this, you'll find your way through life's challenges with a smile, keeping your heart light and full of joy.